Again, in this exercise we're going to be working with an existing drawing, but we're going to utilize the zoom and pan tools to view different areas of the drawing. We're currently in the Model tab down at the bottom of the screen here, and as I did in the previous exercise, I explained that I like to use those tabs. That's my personal preference. You don't have to. You can set them so that they appear in the status bar if you wish. Now on the ribbon we're going to utilize the Home tab again here at the top, so click on Home. And we're going to utilize the Utilities panel here again. And what we're going to use some of the tools off of that particular Utilities panel. We're going to utilize, first of all, Real-Time Pan, which is this little hand icon here. I'm going to click on Pan here. And as you can see now, a hand appears on the screen. If I now hold down the left button and move around, I can pan around the screen, like so. So if I pan across here, there's another view to the right of the view that I was looking at. Now to work with pan, there's lots of different ways of implementing the pan command. I can now right click on the mouse and I can exit the pan mode like so. So if I click on exit on the shortcut menu there, I'm now back to my crosshairs and out of real-time pan. If I right click in the drawing area and bring up the shortcut menu without any command selected, there's pan on the shortcut menu. I click on pan and I'm back in pan mode again like so. I right click and I can exit again. Or what I can do as well is click and hold the mouse button, the middle mouse button, the wheel mouse. If I hold the wheel down, if you've got this facility on your mouse obviously, if I hold down the wheel I can also pan like so. If I release the button, I'm back to crosshair mode again. Now what we can also do there is while we're panning, if I need to move just in a vertical and horizontal direction, if I hold down the wheel on the mouse, the middle wheel, the button wheel, like so, and then hold down shift, now notice I can only move left and right or up and down. It restricts me in that direction. Yeah. So if I release the shift key now and release the wheel, hold down the wheel again and hold down shift and move downwards this time, notice I move only in that direction. It's called orthogonal, as in only in the X and Y directions. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at the zoom extents command again. We're going to utilize that again. So we go back up to the utilities panel, click on the utilities panel, click on the down arrow and zoom extents like we did in the previous exercise. So we zoom to the extents of the visible objects in the model space. And what we can do here now is we can use real-time zoom. Again, this is on the utilities panel. I click here and real-time zoom is also available, but I click here on the zoom and I've got real-time there, real-time zoom. So I click there, real-time zoom, and now I get this funny little magnifying glass cursor. So if I now hold down the leftmost mouse button and move upwards, I zoom in, move downwards, and I zoom out. So it's up and down. If I move left and right, nothing happens, you'll notice. There's only a slight change there where perhaps I'm moving up and down ever so slightly when I move the mouse left and right. So you hold down the leftmost mouse button and move up to zoom in, move downwards to zoom out. That is real-time zoom. If I right click though, you'll notice I get the same shortcut menu as if I was in the pan mode. I can now select pan, and I'm now in pan mode, hold down the left button and drag and I'm panning. Right click, zoom, and I'm now up and down holding down the left mouse button using real-time zoom. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to right click and exit again on the shortcut menu, go to the utilities panel again, click on zoom, and what I can do here now is zoom extents again. Let's just use the wheel on the mouse and roll upwards on the wheel on the mouse to zoom in. So we're going to place the cursor or crosshair over a view, doesn't matter which view, and roll the wheel upwards and you will zoom in like so. Zoom in really close like that so you can't actually see any views in the model tab. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to utilize the zoom previous option, which is extremely useful. We click on the utilities panel again, click on the zoom down arrow here, and you've got zoom previous. If I click on zoom previous, it takes me to the previous view or zoom command that I had set for that view, which was zoom extents. So I zoomed all the way in, hit zoom previous, and I'm now back to zoom extents. Now zoom previous, remember, only the last 10 view changes are saved. So if I do zoom previous again now, It'll take me back to that view there. If I do it again, zoom previous, as you can see, it only remembers the last 10 changes. I'm not going to go back all 10, but if I kept going back, once I got to the 10th one, I would not be able to go back any further.